Yep. It's Chuck and Val again from 8 Ball.
8 minutes of 8 Ball.
A little backstory or stuff on us again. Talk about influences and what got us started in the first place. There's a story about a buddy of mine. I was about 14, maybe 13 years old. Well, something like 7th grade, something like that. And my buddy Mark Hayes, which needs to chime in and let me know he's listening.
What's up, Mark?
As kids, you know what I mean? I met him in the 7th grade, and he comes up to me one day and goes, "Hey man, you want to be in a band?" And I'm like, "I don't play anything." He said, "Well, we're looking for a bass player." And I said, "Well, I could probably make that happen." And so he's the reason why I got started playing bass, believe it or not. You would think it'd been my dad and my brother and everybody else, but my dad tried to keep me out of family business for years. I was actually in the martial arts big time back at that time when I was a kid. I mean, hell, I was a black belt when I was 14 years old, teaching grown men. And not to brag, but I was a pretty badass kid back in the day. And I had an opportunity to get my name on a sporting goods line of pads and stuff like that. And I think it was Allied Sports was going to put some out in my name. All I had to do is at least get 3rd place in the American Warriors Cup back in the day when I was a kid. And at that time point, any tournament I ever went to, I got 1st place. But that being said, they told me I would have to stop playing music, stop riding my motorcycles, and dedicate all my time to martial arts. Granted, I love the martial arts, but you ain't gonna take me off my motorcycles, and you ain't gonna take me off out of playing music because I had already got the bug, and which I understand why they would do that, because I did eventually have a motorcycle wreck back in '94 and ripped my leg off, and that's the reason why they wouldn't want me to ride the bike, because they're afraid I was their product I'd been their product at that time, and that would have cost them money. Okay, now all that backstory being said, so for those who don't know, which a lot of people that do know me already know, my dad was one of the original guitar players for Bill Haley and the Comets.
Pretty impressive.
The very first rock band ever. You know what I mean? Elvis Presley was fans of him, and he toured all over the world with Bill Haley. And then there was my brother, which was I think he's 8 years older than I am.
So he's close to 50.
He's played. Yeah, he's played in country bands, top 40 country bands most of his time frame.
Suck.
And
Suck? No.
and so.
Just teasing, that's good
Right,
music.
right. As you can see on the wall back there, that's one of the only shows that 8 Ball, my brother's band, and my dad played together. That was a kind of a historical moment for me, because the whole family got to do an entire show together. Which is pretty neat.
It was pretty cool, yeah.
And which dad was rolling around the stage, kicking feet up in the air. He's like 70. Well, at that time he'd been 70 years old at that time, and
rock and roll don't have no age.
Oh no, he was crazy. I think he lost $200 that night, fell out of his pocket.
Yeah, I remember he lost some money.
Yeah, and cause he was, like I said, well, you know where I get it from. Let's just put it that way.
And we had Lee from The Walking Dead there too.
Yeah, we did. Lee from Walking Dead. He was there. He's a really nice guy too.
He's a really nice guy.
Hopefully, we'll get him involved somewhere along the way again with something that we do. But influences, yet again, more stories. One of my, of course, Rudy Sarzo, love him to death. One of my biggest influences. If you hear that, Rudy, that's the fact. And then, I gotta say, as you couldn't tell when I'm on stage, he's an influence. And John Paul Jones, Geezer Butler, those are my most favorite bass players that I've kind of toyed with most over the years, that I really enjoyed watching and listening. for all different reasons. And then I give my brother props. I mean, because he's a bass player too and older than me, so he has showed me a few things over the years, and not enough to help me, but he showed me a few things. And same with my dad. I think even in the beginning, it was one of the things. He's like, "No, boy, you don't want to do this. Don't get involved with it. Don't do it. Don't do it." And then the first time I said I want to do it, he goes out and buys me a bass and an amp right off the bat.
A nice one.
Yeah. Well, the first one was actually a Fender Music Master, short scales bass. They're rare as hell. I wish I had that one still. But then on my 15th birthday, I think, he went out and got me a Gibson RD Artist that I still have today. And best bass I've ever played, best bass I'll ever own and ever play. And I've retired it since then because I just love it too much, and it costs too much these days. It went up in cost because it's an original Gibson, and kind of like Les Paul. Once you get one, it's you better hold on to them and keep them because there's not going to be another one.
And you don't take it nowhere because some scumbag is steal it.
Exactly, and that's why you see me playing these other guitars now, because when we go to like LA, we had to fly out there because they wouldn't let buses in at that time.
Right.
So I went out and I bought I think I paid $450 for this Schecter bass that I'm playing. It's a good bass. There's nothing wrong with it. It's comfortable, and I'd much rather somebody steal that from me than me lose that Gibson that's worth $6,000-7,000 easy, if not more.
Is Nikki Sixx one of your influencers?
He is, but only not for playing, for songwriting and things like that. Yeah, 'cause even back in the day, Nikki never did really play. You know
How about
what I mean?
Carol?
Carol is, yeah. Carol a lot of people don't realize that.
They don't know that.
Carol Kay
Right.
was one of the best bass players out there. And another influence would be Jaco Pastorius. You know, I mean, if it wasn't for people like that, bass would never got no attention. You know, especially with Jaco. He's pretty much the father of walking bass. You know what I mean? And then there's like Louis Johnson. And I go on forever. People that really kind of influence you and throw you around a little bit, but for the most part, I'm an '80s kid. You know what I mean? So yeah, Rudy and all of them really struck me hard, and I really admired them for what they did.
Good deal.
Now it's your time.
Okay, we'll be right back with my next episode. See ya.